Why are camels only found in deserts and not in thick forests? Why doesn't a mango tree grow in swamps near oceans? This is a polar bear, and this is a sloth bear. Both bears from the same family. But then, why is there a difference in their color, appearance, and lifestyle?
There's one answer to all these questions.
It's as if all the animals have changed themselves to suit their habitats. But how does this process of changing oneself to suit one's environment work? This takes place through a process called adaptation. Different environments, different organisms that stay there, and different ways in which these organisms adapt themselves. Today, we will talk about this phenomenon, adaptation. Life on Earth started as a single form. With time, different forms evolved, and gradually, the variation in the living world increased. One of the reasons for this variation is adaptation. Adaptation refers to changing oneself to suit one's environment. It is due to adaptation that different places on Earth have different kinds of life forms. Adaptation makes life successful because there's only one purpose for adaptation: to survive in one's environment. The factors that influence adaptation are the climate, the immediate environment, the resources available there, and other life forms that are part of the environment. Adaptation is a permanent change in an organism's body that allows it to survive in its environment. These changes can be physical, like an elephant's trunk, or a camel's hump, or even the thorns on a cactus. But adaptation is not always restricted to physical changes. It can be a change in the behavior or lifestyle as well, that is, behavioral changes. For instance, frogs can only be seen during rains. Rest of the time, they hide themselves underground. This is winter sleep or hibernation. The polar bear has adapted to the unbearable cold conditions at the poles by hibernating during the winter months. It becomes inactive during winter. Other examples of behavioral adaptations are the different types of nests that birds make to protect their eggs and young ones from predators, and their behavior of sitting on the eggs to hatch them. Some more examples to understand adaptation clearly. A camel is the most popular example of adaptation in desert regions. But do you know that most of the animals in desert regions are nocturnal? The high temperatures during the day can cause dehydration and death, thus they are active at night. During the day, they remain in their burrows and holes to escape the sun's heat and the hot desert sand. The temperatures inside their burrows is comparatively lower. Plants in desert regions are similarly adapted.
They store lots of water in their organs. Their leaves have become modified as thorns to reduce loss of water. Plants like cactus, Capparis decidua, Prosopis cineraria, and acacia are good examples of this adaptation.
If desert regions have dearth of water, rainforests have an abundance of it. Leaves of plants in such areas are generally pointed so that the water can trickle down easily and not stay on the leaf. Some vines climb up the trees to access sunlight better. These have special features to hold onto the tree trunks. This is their adaptation. Such adaptations help them to survive in a rainforest. There are places on Earth where the soil is salty and swampy. How do plants survive in such an environment? In such places, mangroves show amazing adaptation. Can you see their roots? Their roots are in the soil as well as above it. And the ones above can take in air as well. To know more about this phenomenon, watch the video Mangroves. Have you ever seen a monkey eating? Observe how fast it fills its mouth with food. It has bags in its cheeks. Finding food in the jungle is highly uncertain, so might as well fill up whenever it is available and chew it later at leisure. The stripes on the body of the tiger are an important adaptation to hide and hunt for its prey. It's a type of camouflage. To know more about this, watch the video Camouflage. The broad leaves of the lotus and a waxy layer on them are an adaptation to survive in water. Water hyacinth. They have airbags in them that help them stay afloat. Plants that stay in or over water have adapted themselves to suit their environment. They are very different from plants that grow on land. There are unique examples of adaptation all around us. Every successful organism shows a specific adaptation. Adaptation is a continuous process that takes place along with their ever-changing environment. Organisms that are unable to adapt become extinct with time. Those that are able to change their lifestyle and physical features according to the changing environment survive. These changes, that is, the adaptations, get carried over to the future generations as well. And that's how life changes its form and variation sets in. Let us now see adaptation once more. Every organism, in order to survive, changes itself according to its environment. This is adaptation. Adaptation can be a permanent change in physical features or a behavioral or lifestyle change. Factors that influence adaptation are climate in the organism's immediate environment, the resources available, and other organisms that are part of that environment. Adaptation is one of the reasons for variation on Earth. Organisms that are unable to adapt become extinct. Now, solve this riddle.
Which adaptation in human beings, rather in their fingers, is the most important reason for the successful evolution of this species?
Discuss this topic, ponder over it, and make a video.